Everybody likes the narcissist. Doubtless some of you, when you read this title, thought, well, I can certainly say, gee, I don't. I positively hate the script. Or, I neither like nor dislike the narcissist. I am now indifferent to them. Congratulations. But when we talk about everybody likes the narcissist, that isn't with regard to your view about the individual that has caused you so many problems in your life, possibly continuing to do so, but it is to get you to understand the way that the narcissist believes that everybody likes him or her. Somatic narcissists, for instance, and elite, are particularly prone for thinking that everybody of the opposite sex, and in some instances of the same sex, automatically fancies them, wants to sleep with them. They honestly believe that when they're talking to a waitress who is just being polite to them, they will, as an aside, and of course is triangulation, will say, "She fancies me." Of course, the waitress doesn't. All she did was smile pleasantly and take the order. But the magical thinking of the narcissist is such that he believes that this person not only really likes him, but fancies him and wants to jump his bones. And of course, his need for assertion of control through his unconscious narcissism causes him to make such a remark, resulting in the triangulation with the spouse who the narcissist is dining with. Moreover, this will occasion the behaviour of the narcissist to flirt with people because they think that they're pushing on an open door. Of course, there'll be some narcissists that form the view, I'll flirt and see how they react. But what's driving it is this belief that everybody really likes them, that fancies them. And in this video, I'm going to explain to you how a mid-range narcissist maintains the belief that everybody likes them. So this piece is spoken through the eyes of a mid-range narcissist with regard to how they view the behaviour of others towards them. I've selected mid-range in particular because of their extensive use of the facade of believing that they are decent people, kind people, likeable people, and therefore to help you understand the mindset of the narcissist, I'm going to explain to you how the mid-range narcissist believes that everybody likes him, and of course, where there are some exceptions to that rule, how the narcissist deals with that. People often get the wrong impression about me. They seem to think that I'm some kind of dark character that skulks around, doling out misery and malice everywhere that I go. I don't know why people think that at all. Nearly everybody likes me, and those that don't should. Yes, I guess there's the occasional detractor, but that's their problem, isn't it? Born out of envy, I should imagine, based upon their own shortcomings. I can't help it if people are envious of my success. I can't help it if they seethe with frustration at my ability, and that they wish deep down that they were more like me. It is an occupational hazard, to be frank. So, yes, there will be the occasional ones who cause trouble and consternation, but I think they really do like me deep down. They just can't help themselves, and they have to try and hide it in some way, driven by their envy. And they end up telling lies about me. But it doesn't really concern me because I always put them straight. I don't need people like that around me, and you certainly don't need to listen to them. They're poisonous and negative, and best ignored if we can't get them to see the truth of what a decent person I am. They're awful people. No, I'm pleased to tell you that I am well liked and a highly regarded person. Just ask around. If you ask my friends, for example, they will say, "Great guy, the life and soul of the party. He is a great friend, always looks out for his friends. Nobody makes me laugh like he does. He's a generous guy, always gets his round in." That's just a few of them. Why not ask around where I work, and they'll tell you, "A real leader always knows what needs to be done and ensures it gets done. One of our highest billers, a true Trojan. Brilliant with clients, he has that golden touch. An inspiration to us all. I want to be like him." Want to know more about how well regarded I am? Well, go and ask the people at my golf club. Top chap, Always first to buy the drinks. Great golfer. First-class drive he has. Entertaining golf buddy. Always has a tale to tell. A real gentleman. A credit to the place. Hey, why not ask the man who services my car as well? One of my best customers. Always pays on time and generous at Christmas time. Then again, let's see what the lady who runs the florist thinks of me. Oh, he's so lovely. Always has time for a chat and he buys such beautiful arrangements. His girlfriend must be very lucky. Talking of which, let's ask the lady of the moment what she thinks. I couldn't want for a better boyfriend. He loves me dearly and always makes me feel loved. He's just my best friend, a generous and kind man, and I adore him. High praise indeed, isn't it? All justified, of course, although I am bound to say that. But there's nothing wrong with being modest about these matters. What's that? What about the girlfriend before this one? What does she have to say about me? Oh, she's not contactable anymore. Moved overseas, I believe. I know, shame, isn't it? What about the one before her? No, I don't know where she is, to be honest. I think she moved house, and, well, you know, you've no need to be in touch, have you? What about my family? What do they think of me? Difficult one, that. My father isn't around, and my mother, well, she can be a bit difficult, so let's not disturb her. Brothers and sisters? No, I don't have any. What's that? I've mentioned that I have them previously. Oh, those ones. Oh, they are the step-siblings, so they don't really count, do they? You still want to know what they think? Well, let me see. Veronica's away at the moment. Do I have her telephone number? Yes, I do, but I don't think it'd be right to disturb her while she's on holiday, so we'll leave that be. As for my brothers, well, the younger one, he's not very well at the moment, and my older brother, I have kind of lost contact with him. Oh, nothing problematic, you see. He's just something of a loner, and I respect that. I let him get on with it. Anyway, we are digressing. This is about what people think of me, not a potted family history. There are the odd person that has the axe to grind because they've messed things up with regard to me. Wasn't my fault. There are some people, I guess, they just have it in for you, don't they? And no matter how pleasant you are, how nice you are to them, you can't help but them have to deal with how envious they are of you. So I've had a few people who behave like that, but they are really in the minority. As I've just explained to you, most people, nearly everybody, likes me. And with good reason. I just try to go through life with a minimum of fuss and inconvenience, getting on with my job, helping people, being decent, being kind, being fair. People know, anybody who's got half a mind, anybody who's sensible and normal, knows that I'm a good person. It's only the ones who want to cause trouble, who won't do as they are told. The ones who spoil things and cause problems, they're the ones who don't like me. And I may find that hurtful, but I try not to let it get me down, though. I just remember who I am, and I know that I'm a good and decent person, and that's why everybody likes me. I know you like me, you've told me as such many times, and that will continue to be the case. People are in my good books, and I treat people as I find them. I'm always decent to them, and it's little wonder that they're drawn to me because I'm helpful and kind and empathic. I go out of my way to assist them, and so yes, everybody likes me. And the odd one that doesn't, as I say, they're just envious, and they'll come round eventually, and if they don't, well, you don't want toxic people in your life, do you? You need to get rid of them, need to jettison them, cut them out. You don't need that negativity. So this is why I am so well regarded. This is why everybody likes me. And that gives you an idea of the mid-range narcissist and how they honestly believe that most people like them, and that where somebody speaks ill of them and suggests that they're nasty and unpleasant, that is inaccurate. Even if you were to point out to that mid-range narcissist some of the behaviours that they've engaged in which are unpleasant, their narcissism will blind them to it. They won't see it. it will be justified. Excuses and reasons will be given. They believe that they are a decent person. They believe that they are kind. They believe that they are helpful. They don't want to fall out with people. They'll often say, I don't want to argue with you. The passive aggressiveness comes to the fore. But they truly believe that people like them. And that is partially driven by the facade. And there is evidence that people do like them. So when there was a list of the various quotes that I gave earlier on, with some narcissists, those quotes will actually be given. They are real. They're genuine because of the operation of the facade. In some instances, some of them will be legitimate, and others are being made up by the narcissism on the spot in order to control the relevant listener. And so, for example, where someone might have talked about the fact that he's brilliant with clients, he has that golden touch, and he's inspiration to us all, I want to be like him. Nobody has actually ever said that, but the deluded mind of the narcissist operates so that he believes that people have said that. His narcissism allows him to revise history from the past to use in that moment to control the relevant listener. It's very important to the mid-range narcissist to be liked. Upper mid-rangers, they can, with some haughtiness and arrogance, fob people off, but generally speaking, they prefer to be liked than disliked. Middle mid-rangers want to be liked and cannot understand it if nobody likes them, and that applies to both types A and B. Lower mid-rangers, they generally want to be liked, and again, if anybody causes them a problem and doesn't like them, well, it's your loss, and they will, of course, in certain instances, be aggressive towards that individual. What will run true through all of the mid-rangers, lower mid-range, middle range A and B, and upper mid-range, is their failure to understand how anybody could not like them. They truly see themselves as likeable people. That the arrogance of the upper mid-ranger is something that is part and parcel of who they are, and they see it as a draw. They see that it's part of their appeal as being an alpha male, a high achiever. The lower mid-ranger may accept that he's a bit rough and ready, but there's nothing wrong with that. And that's a likeable, sort of the likeable rogue element. And with the middle mid-rangers, they really do believe that they are kind, empathic, gentle people and should be liked for all of that. None of these mid-rangers recognise that their behaviours are problematic without justification. They believe that they're just trying to help when they're interfering and failing to recognise boundaries. Their dismissiveness, particularly upper mid-range and lower mid-range, is predicated on the fact that you are behaving towards them in an unpleasant way, and why can't you just like me? And of course, riddled throughout will be pity plays based upon the concept of them being likeable. Why are you being like this to me? I've not done anything to make you hate me. I can't understand why you're being so horrible to me when everybody likes me, triangulating you with that facade. I just tried to do the right thing. Why won't you like me? Like everybody else does. Triangulation, pity play. And so the concept of being liked is crucial to the mid-range narcissist more than any other school of narcissist, more than the lessers, more than the greater, and more than the ultra. They really believe that they should be liked and have an overwhelming need to be liked. Of course, lesser, greater, and ultra want to be liked as well. After all, people liking provides fuel, but it isn't as important to those schools of narcissists as it is the mid-ranger. And therefore, when it comes to everybody likes the narcissist, this is something that is particularly prevalent with the mid-range narcissist. I'm H.G. Tudor. Thank you for listening.